Won't you get me back with me?
Hey, happy Tuesday. I am so excited to be here back in the studio. We've had a crazy couple of weeks. I had to cancel the show last week because we had a little family emergency going on. And I thank you all for your kind prayers and emails that I got along the way. I truly appreciate everything and your thoughts and kind words. It was really helpful and helped to lighten the whole energy that was going on. So we're back in a nice flow and back in the studio. So I'm really pumped. And I know you guys have been, we got a lot of emails wondering what's going on, what's going on with this, the live taping that we're going to do. So I thought I should, go right off the bat. Let's talk about this. Because I'm excited about it. Casey and KJ and I came up with this great idea. We did that on location reading at Harrybrook Park a couple weeks ago. And that was just the whole energy of being with a live audience and being able to be there and read people was so amazing.
The podcast blew up a little bit too because people like that.
Yeah, it was really great. Some of the readings weren't 100% the best because of some of the energy, but it was the overall experience, of being there in public. Not everybody knew what to expect, so they weren't receiving the messages in the way they were meant, but that's okay because it was beautiful. So we're going to do this again, and we are going to do it at my business in Spirit Healing Studio, so in Woodbury, Connecticut. So if you are local, this is a free event, and you can go right on to inspirithealingstudio.com, right onto the events, and you'll see it. It's listed there. Join us for a free taping of Angels Don't Lie, August 12th at 2 p.m. Now, we are limiting the amount of people we can have, so we can have, we don't get overwhelmed doing the readings. And we also may be doing an interview kind of beforehand, just so you know what to expect. So you will be there for 2 hours. We'll have, some bottled water and, we'll just hang out. We'll have some fun. So that's what that's about. If you want to join us and be part of that live event, it won't be aired live, but it will be tape, but it will be a live reading, and everybody that attends will be read. So the angels will have something to say. There will be some guidance, or your loved ones would come through. Yeah. So, and if you have any questions, you can send them to me at jeannie@jeanniestreet.com, and I will answer them. We have 2 people that signed up already. So
awesome. Yep.
Hop on it, guys. Get to that. If you want to call in tonight, 646-891-5252. KJ's man in the lines, and we are ready to go, rock and roll. I know we had a lot of people, looking for, trying to connect last week. And so I apologize that I wasn't here and wasn't able to get to your questions. So let me breathe now. So I have another really exciting program at In Spirit that I wanted to tell you guys about too. This is just for kids. I'm doing kids and kids up to teenagers, so young adult. And it is called the Pure of Hearts Comprehensive Week. And this week is going to be a Monday through Friday, 3 hours a day. It begins August 21st. And it's only $150 per child. And what's going to happen is the parents can join in on the first day and the last day just as observer, or they can join as a participant, which means they can sit kind of towards the back of the room and enjoy the meditations and do what we are going to do. But the focus will be on the children and what they're going to learn about how to stay within their body, so how to use their gifts. And I know a lot of people have asked this question, how do I know if my child has abilities to connect to spirit? They see angels, or they see loved ones, or they talk about God. Well, this is going to be the class for them. This is going to be the thing that's going to help them to navigate the school year in a different way. So I'm very excited about it. And if you guys have questions, or you would like to know a little bit more about it, or, even to ask questions about, your child and to really know if this is the right thing for them, go ahead and send me an email and I will answer that, jeannie@jeanniestreet.com. Or you can call in tonight. That would be awesome. Wouldn't it now? You're not saying it. Casey's so quiet over there.
I'm quiet. I'm just watching all the everything because I just getting settled back in the studio.
But they don't know what everything is. He's pointing to all his computers.
The
He's got like
computers
all
and
this equipment all around
mixing
him.
board, microphones.
He's watching all the technical stuff. Yeah. I've been really quiet on Facebook and social media too. I haven't been posting too much because I've been just kind of taking a break, kind of regroup and redirect the effort of, I guess, my energy. I think that's it. And trying to really be enjoying the summer. And I wanted to talk about that tonight. Our big our show topic tonight is about traveling and how you can keep your energy really high. A lot of people are traveling. A lot of people are just moving about. And even if you aren't traveling and you're doing a lot of different things that are summer oriented, going to parties, cookouts, graduations, whatever, you can still get off balance. So I thought this would be a great time to talk about how to keep yourself really in alignment, clear your energy so you can feel your best while on vacation, while traveling, or while going to that big party. We want to go to those barbecues. We want to feel good. We don't want to come home and feel like, this huge hangover. And that's what it feels like when we're, in that energy depleted kind of way, get like that hangover kind of feeling. So, yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. And we're going to talk about my health tip. Are you ready for that, Casey?
I'm always ready for the health tip.
I know you're ready for the health tip. So tonight we're going to talk about the health tip. And we're going to talk about iodine. Iodine. Why? What is iodine, right?
That secret, or I shouldn't say secret, it's always been added to salt, right?
Right. It's a trace mineral that our body, well, it's linked to salt, but our body makes this, and our body needs iodine to function in a great way, like metabolically. So we need it for, to keep our weight regulated, to keep the responsive, our temperature, the healthy fat, the removal of toxins, sleep, digestion. All these things are kind of off of the iodine. So, iodine can be dangerous too. You can have too much iodine, or you can have very little. So iodine is produced through the thyroid gland. And the thyroid gland is responsible for doing all of these things in our body, for regulating our hormonal balance and how we process things and how we remove toxins from our body. So if the thyroid is off balance, then our lymph nodes are off balance, and then we're not processing and we get kind of jammed up. So by taking iodine, we can lift our bodies into a great, balance, a nice ecosystem in there. Also, it works to, with our healthy hair, nails, teeth, works for reproduction, and for immune strength. But if you are having problems with your kidneys, if you're having problems with nursing your child, or if you're pregnant, you definitely don't want to be just picking up and taking iodine without consulting your physician. So I don't recommend that. But if you're going through menopause and you're feeling very sluggish and you're feeling really low, you can try some iodine, natural iodine, which is liquid kelp you can buy. And that can really help you through those hot flashes and kind of like feeling better. So kind of amazing stuff, iodine.
Well, I was curious because as a lot of people switch away from salt and, go to either a sea salt or a Himalayan salt, and then you don't have that little bit of trace iodine that's in the your regular house salt. I was curious where you might pick it up, but you say the liquid kelp or just any kelp?
Well, any seaweed is high in iodine. There are many foods that are high in iodine as well. A lot of the griefy, I'm combining my words. The green leafy vegetables.
Hey, you just came up with a new word, griefy.
Griefy. Hey guys, you want those griefy vegetables? Yeah, so I can get you those list of foods. I can't rattle them off at the top of my head.
Okay.
But so iodine is something our body does need, and they used to. I don't know what made them make salt iodized in the beginning, but now people will go back to the more natural salt, which is healthier because this is not good for our body. Our body doesn't absorb that type of iodine the right way.
Gotcha.
So a natural form like the kelp is going to be a nice healthy version, and it's not going to be stripped down. Right? Does it make sense?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. I'm like tired now. It's like a lot to talk about in like 10 minutes. Jeez. Okay, so we talked about the natural iodine. We talked about the classes. We talked about the
kids program.
Oh yeah, we talked about the kids program. And Brian's showing me. What's the email over there? Are you showing this to me? Hold on. Yeah, he's looking up iodine. My husband's here. It says iodine is a critical micronutrient in the human diet. That is something our bodies can't synthesize, that we have to rely on food to obtain. And it's been added to salt in the form of potassium iodine. Okay, there you go. So really, the potassium iodine, I think, that's the iodine that's the toxic one, and that's why people are moving away from. It's not as great for you. So, anyways, thanks for that. Trying out. All right, so let's talk about that travel. Let's talk about the vacations. Let's talk about the parties that we go to. All that summer jazzing it up, right? And how do we keep our balance in those times? How do we stay in that alignment? So one of the first things I always do before I travel, before I get on a plane or get in the car, is I'm always setting my intention that the whatever this trip is going to be amazing, that I'm going to be present in the moment, that I'm going to have fun. And I'm also saying a prayer with this intention. And the prayer is that I'm going to be protected and surrounded with God's white light of love and protection, that my family is also going to be protected. And that I always say this little statement. I always say, like, dear God, let me arrive at my destination. I'm trying to think of how I say it in my head. I got to write it down. Oh my goodness. Without incident. Like, so everything is nice and smooth, and that we just have no incident. And I love that because it makes it so freeing, right? We don't have any problems, and we're saying a nice prayer. So I always do that prayer of intention before I leave. Then when I'm packing, I kind of think about, where we're going, and if this is going to be a longer flight or a longer car ride, and the things that I'll need in order to get me through that time. So what will I need? I'm a snacker. I need my snacks. So I like to pack my own travel mix. So I make my sunflower seeds with, Kathy's rolling her eyes upstairs right now, with like maybe some dried cherries and maybe some nuts and different seeds. So I make that trail mix. I always have my pistachios. So things that are going to be, they're going to be high in nutrients, but they're also going to have that protein to keep me going. And a little bit of sweet through the dried fruit is going to help keep my blood sugar up. So those things are easy to pack, easy to take with you. Sometimes I take some dehydrated coconut water. And you can buy this dehydrated coconut water on Amazon or some of the local, I'm trying to think of the local shop. Actually, I have not seen it in the local shop. But I bought it off of Amazon. So the dehydrated coconut water, it comes like in a little pack, and you just take a spoon, like a teaspoonful, and you put it in regular water. And what that will do is give you electrolytes. It will just give you that quick lift up. And actually, we've talked about coconut water being very similar to the human blood plasma. So it's a better choice than going for those energy drinks, the sports drinks, because there's not sugar in it, and it will work with your body. So it works to keep you hydrated. So when you're flying or traveling, it's always important to keep yourself well hydrated. This will keep your energy lifted, so you won't get depleted.
Well, you're starting to see the coconut water like just in the convenience stores.
Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes they're good, and sometimes they're just a kind of a crappy kind.
Yeah, you got to read the label on everything.
Yeah. So I like that dehydrated coconut when I travel. The other thing I like to do is I'll bring some essential oils with me, and depending on if it's going to go as in a carry-on, you have to be, obviously, if you're flying, it's got to be a small, under 4 ounces. So I'll make myself a little 4-ounce spray of, some sage or Palo Santo, which is clearing, right? It's both clearing and lifting. So when I want to do a little meditation, I'll just spray that around. Or when I want to set my space to be calm in my own, perfect, that's what I'll use.
I put some sage off right on my head tonight to get started.
You did?
Yeah.
What do you mean, ready? Would you spray it around?
I sprayed it, and then I walked right into it, put my head right into it, so I'd just be covered in it because I was...
You took a little shower.
Yeah, because trying to get calmed down for
Brian does that too, and I like that. That's kind of like showering it down, right?
Yep.
Kind of get you in the mode.
Exactly.
Yeah. A minute meditation. This is another great tip. A minute meditation. What does that mean? It means taking your breath in, bringing it all the way in, and just exhaling out. Plugging your feet into the ground, allowing yourself to be in the moment. Really quick. Boom, you're there. It clears your energy, it balances you, and you feel really great. Especially when you're in a large crowd of people. So if you're going to a concert, or if you're going to that party, or you're in an airport and there's tons of people, do a minute meditation. Boom. You're going to feel great because you've already set your intention. You got some great snacks. You're in a party now. You're in a party. Okay. What's next? Oh, I said this a little earlier, but the next thing is really to make sure that you be present in the moment. Because when we are traveling or we're going to a party or we're doing, our normal life, we can sometimes go too far ahead of ourselves. We can overplan. So try not to overplan. Try not to, look at the whole next day or the whole week ahead. Try to stay right in the moment so you can really enjoy what's happening around you. Enjoy the people that you're with or the scenery. So take time, do that minute meditation, and be in the moment. That's really a thing. And so indulging is a common thing that we all do, right? So set yourself up for, success with this overindulging. So don't just overindulge and think, oh, I'll catch up next week. Go ahead and do your indulging, but make sure you have some salad or some veggies or, balance it out with some fruit so you don't feel like crap. So you don't get that complete hangover like I ate, fried chicken, potatoes, and, you just ate all this, heavy food and I drank and you didn't eat any leafy greens. You didn't do anything good for your body, so you're going to feel even worse. So set yourself up for success. Make sure you have a little fruit. And that does not include the fruit in your cocktail, guys. That means you actually have to eat like some good fruit.
KJ's frozen grapes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so have a nice salad, with your corn fritter. I know you love those corn fritters, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And chicken gizzards.
Oh, barf.
From a convenience store along the road out in Iowa somewhere.
Oh my God.
That's the best.
Tell me not. No way.
Deep fried and been sitting under that hot light for about an hour.
Chicken gizzards. You heard that here. That is so nasty. All right. So there we have those amazing tips. So, I'd love to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you. I want to hear if you try these things. I want to know, what you think. And, it's great stuff. Easy things to do. For sure. All right. What are we on to next? What's going on? What's going on with you guys? I mean, you've been busy. You guys have been all over the place.
Well, we did the Brew Fest.
Oh, right.
Barbecue and Brew Fest.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. We had got to see the Spin Doctors. There was a lot going on with that.
What is Spin Doctors?
A band from the, I guess, maybe 80s.
Brian's
kind of early 90s.
He's looking at me like I'm...
They were like a 1 or 2 hit wonder, but they, these...
They were good.
Yeah, people like them. And then there was a couple other bands there, but the food was okay, for the barbecue out on the side of the the venue there, so
right,
wasn't so bad. We just been and the girls been doing their Warp View show. That's been going great.
Did you eat any fruit when you were at the barbecue?
No, he did not.
No fruit, a little cake.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if you could set yourself up to eat, at least a little something healthy, and it's hard to do when you go to something that there's nothing good to choose from, right?
Well, I did have a little corn chips and some salsa that was like.
Yeah, Brian's laughing. That does not count.
Yeah, but the salsa counted because it was.
That does not count.
It was really the real healthy salsa with the chunky tomatoes in it.
Yeah, and if it's processed, it probably has a ton of sugar. So that does
no,
not.
I think it was one
count.
of the. It looked like the Stu Leonard's one, the more healthy one. So
okay, well, I'm going to let that go. So. So yeah, what do you do in that situation when there's absolutely nothing great for you to eat? So yeah, go ahead. Have your food. Try to limit your alcohol. Try to balance your sugars out that during an event like that. Like, choose a good protein and pay attention, because carbs and alcohol are going to be all the sugar, right? So
right.
if you're gonna have a drink, don't have dessert, right? Just kind of balance it out, because then it's a little too much sugar. It'll send you into that overload. Right? If you're gonna have a cocktail, try to limit yourself to, give yourself a limit, 1 or 2, and then if you're not gonna drink, go ahead and have your dessert, and maybe skip a carb, maybe skip the potato salad, so you don't overload yourself, so you don't crash and burn.
Yeah, I replaced a couple beers with water instead.
Hey, that's impressive.
Yeah, spread it out a little bit.
Oh, and the fruit in your beer doesn't count as a serving of fruit.
An orange?
No.
Slice of orange?
Or a lime. Yeah, no, that's not what's going to count. So really pay attention. Look at the food. You want color on your plate. You don't want everything to be the same tone of, kind of grayish meat.
Right.
Right. We want to balance that out. All right. So I wanted to talk also a little bit about the messages, because I think this is I think this is an important component of what I do and what other healers do and mediums do with the messages. The messages that come through for people to help them, whether it is a form of guidance, whether it is a loved one that is responding to a life event that their, departed loved one coming through to say, hey, I was there, I'm with you, or hey, I'm really sorry this happened in life, I'm sorry I was a jerk. These things are all components of the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is energy that will move through each and every single one of us. And the messages that will come through for us are sparks of energy. They're tones that are meant for healing, right? Greater healing. It's not just a game or fortune telling or just to do. It is really meant for your well-being. So that's what the messages are meant for. So anybody that's doing the work, in alignment in this higher vibration, they're taking the time to connect. They're taking the time to do all the things I talk to you guys about meditation, about eating right, about clearing space. They set themselves up to be that clear channel for the Holy Spirit to move through in order to bring those messages to you. So their voice, their energy beforehand of putting the effort in, all of that matters. So when you go to a group reading, or you go to an event where there's a healer or a faith healer or somebody working in that type of field, or a speaker, spiritual speaker, and we feel this sometimes even when we go to a mass or a church, we'll feel that energy, right? We'll feel that connection when somebody is talking about God or love in a way that really ignites us and sparks our heart to open, and we're like, yes, we feel lifted, we feel great. We walk out of that church or that event and we're like, that person just nailed it on the head and I feel great. Well, that's what this work is about. That's what the Holy Spirit is intending for each of us, that we can have that love in any given moment that we choose to accept it in. So it's our choice to accept it in or to deny it. It's our choice to move with it, or to be like our friend Kurt at the reading, who was really stuck on, remember he was stuck on, he wanted to know where the gun was. He wanted to know.
Right, and basically the whole chest.
The chest, right. So he was stuck on like this story, which was, was interesting because that was the only thing he could conceptualize in the moment. He just wanted to know. And the Holy Spirit is saying, here's some information for you. Here's what love has to offer you. And he wanted nothing to do with it. And it's interesting to know and to see and to be in that kind of situation for me, because I sometimes don't know what to do with that. Like, I'm like, okay, well, this is awkward. What do I do? So I think it's really about teaching, like, why I'm doing this. What is the important component here, right? It's not just to find out that information. More importantly, it's to deliver love. More importantly, is to remind them that the Holy Spirit is with them. It's there, and it moves through if we welcome it in.
Well, I think to blurt out a name wouldn't generate love. So, you know what I mean? So it wasn't going to be in his best interest.
So exactly. And that's what's really hard to understand about this work piece, because people want that outcome, right? We set up in our minds, and I know I've done this myself in the past, like, okay, well, I need to know this outcome. I need to know this is going to be so I need to hear from this person on this day and how it's going to be. Many people go to readings this way. And they'll cross their arms and they'll have that block of energy and they'll be like, nope, I told her to come through and say, pool, and you didn't say pool, you said water. And so they get stuck, they get boxed in. And just like the angels have shown me about religion, right? Religion has those 4 walls, right? The 4 walls that contain man-made religion. And we don't open the roof, so we can't have the full connection of spirituality, right? We have to have all the man-made rules. But God is much bigger than that, vast. So when we open up our own views, when we open up that crown chakra, which is at the top of the head, and we allow it to move through, we're open. And all things are possible. Things that we don't even recognize as being possible come to us when we can let go. That's the miracle moment. That's the miracle moment. So
I've actually been getting some meditation in.
You have?
I decided that I'm not going to let this journaling thing stop me. So yes. I just went on reading the book. Now I'm up through chapter 6.
Right.
So I'm just reading them, and I try to go back and, pick up things, but I want to read through. But I've been just taking some time, like when I wake up in the morning, to do some meditation, and then also, like at night or whenever I get a chance, just play a little music, and just been getting in like 10 minutes. So
good.
I've been working at it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's big step for me.
I have a fairly new client, and I'll just give you her first name, Joanne. And if you're listening, Joanne, hey, amazing woman. She's had a lot of tragedy happen in the last 10 months, and she's turning her life around. I mean, she kind of was forced into this, like, things have got to change. And so she bought my book a couple of weeks ago, and she has already done so much work. I mean, just in the last two sessions, she's written her love letter to herself. She's paying attention to quieting her mind and being in the moment and changing reactions. And she's not even to that chapter yet, but she's realizing that, these things are stopping her and causing her reactions to be kind of more harsh. And so it's helping her move through her grief, being gentle, being kind to herself, allowing her the moment to grieve and to say to people, I'm sorry, I'm crying because, I did have a loss and I'm grieving, without feeling guilty, without feeling like I can't have that. Are you thinking? Or are you looking at that noise? Is that the printer making that spinning noise again?
No, it's the laptop with the, it's like got a loud fan. I upgraded the laptop to a different one, but now I'm not liking it.
Yeah. We got fan noise.
Fan noise.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little distracting. I can't even work anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding. So I love that you've been doing the meditations, and I think it's such great work. Well, let's do a little meditation now. Let's kind of set ourselves up. I think that'd be a lot of fun. What do you say? Have you been writing too? Have you been journaling?
No, that's the part but I said I wasn't going to let that just stop me. I'm just going to go on and, keep doing other things, and maybe it'll help spur me back.
Okay.
when we get done with our meditation, I want you to talk a little bit about the room clearing, because I thought that was really interesting.
The space clearing?
Yeah, space clearing and stuff.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I was talking about that with my client today too, about energy clearing and why we would do it. And it kind of ties into our travel of being in the right energy and paying attention.
Right, yeah, clearing out your energy before you go out so you don't take your baggage with you.
So when I
besides the regular bags.
Yeah, right. So when I get home, usually when I travel, I don't bring my Epsom salt or anything like that, and I don't make a big deal about doing too much space clearing. What I do is more my intention and my prayer. So it's always, I'm going to breathe, I'm going to be in the moment, and I'm always asking for the angels to recycle and renew my energy. So if I feel like I'm drained and I picked up somebody's energy, I ask for it to be recycled and renewed. I have a nice cup of tea, an herbal tea. These things are high vibrational, right? So when we pay attention to the things that are high vibrational and we bring them into our body, well, it's much easier for us to clear the lower energy out. But when we're eating really low and drinking a lot of alcohol, when we're overindulging too much, it's harder for us to get that vibration back up. So this is why it's got to have that balance. So if you're going to indulge at dinner time, make sure that you're setting yourself up for success during the day. Like eat really healthy and, try to have a smoothie rather than an alcohol drink at the pool. Like try to make yourself high vibrational because it's easier to clean up your energy that way. So when we talk about space clearing, it's the same thing, right? When we're high vibrational, we feel good. And when our house or our space or our work zone, even our car gets loaded down with energy from maybe kids come in, maybe you're carpooling or maybe you're carpooling with some people back and forth to work. Each time they get in your car, they're bringing lower energy in. So that each time that you've set yourself up to be high vibrational, it's much easier to recognize when your car has picked up some crap or when, your house feels like, oh, it's a little off. I better start, doing a quick space clearing. I clear my house big 2 times a year. It's like just like the old, I don't know if people still do this with the spring cleaning and the fall cleaning. I love to do that. I set myself up for the seasons this way. So, spring cleaning, you're opening all the windows and you used to take down the curtains and wash the blinds and get the carpets outside. You do the whole thing if you can. And so during that time, I'm also like going through the previous season's clothes. I'm looking at what didn't I wear this season? Did I wear it last season? And is it just hanging out? Is it time for it to move out? So I'm going to move that out. I'm going to clean my house top to bottom. And then I'm going to do a big smudge. And I usually will use a smoking smudge at that point. So in between, I use the sage off, the sprays, because
in between your big cleanings.
Exactly. And so why would I use a heavy smudge twice a year? Well, because I want the house to be lifted. I'm going to be lifted. It's a new season. I'm moving energy out by moving, whether I'm changing furniture or getting rid of a lot of clothes or packing up, old Christmas stuff and moving that out. So it's a lot of stuff. So I want to raise that energy and I want to jam it up. So I'm going to use the smudge with the smoke in order to do that. And for me, I love Palo Santo, but there are different tools I will use for different clearings, right? Sage is the one that's most typical. Everybody talks about doing a sage smudge. Smage. I did it again. I'm combining the words. Combining the words over here.
Starting a new language.
Apparently. Sage is great, but also can be very heavy in the smoke. So if you have sensitive lungs, it's not a great choice because it leaves a very dense, heavy smoke. I like to use Palo Santo because it's lighter, and Palo Santo works. Palo Santo is a wood, so you want to make sure that you get it from a reputable source, from trees that have already fallen. And Palo Santo comes from the rainforest. It's an indigenous wood, and it works on a mind, body, soul level. So clearing a house is going to work on the entire levels of the house, right? Just like we have mind, body, spirit, the house also has similar energy to it. So we were going to use that. It's really lovely. sometimes I'll use sweetgrass as well. Sweetgrass is a lighter scent, lighter than sage, but very powerful. So very powerful in removing, how do I say it? If you have a lot of people coming into your house, so you have a lot of different types of energy. So sweetgrass is something I use at the studio because there's so many people coming in and out, in and out, in and out, that sweetgrass is really going to raise that vibration. So lower energy entities that can get stuck, because that is a real thing, we would use sweetgrass. And with any clearing, you're going to set yourself up with your prayer and your intention. And if you guys didn't download my free guide when I had it on the website, I think we took it down. But if you send me a message, I will send it to you. Just say, Jeannie, can I have the free guide? And I will send it to you. Happy to do so. And in the book, it talks a little bit about the space clearing as well. And you guys haven't done the big space clearing. I know we've done this room with the sage off.
Kathy used to do the smudge stick on occasion when she felt like a little spooked.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen her do it for a while.
Yeah. So it's always my intention when I come in that the space is going to be ready for me, number one. Right. And that high vibration. And then when I'm done, I'm saying a little prayer like, okay, everybody can dissipate. Everybody, this is it. We're good. So that channeling energy is closed off. So we don't leave like an open portal, so to say. With channeling work, that's kind of what could be around.
Okay.
Bam. Has a lot of stuff, right?
Yes.
Whew. Kathy says it's sweetgrass is what she uses.
She uses sweetgrass?
Yeah. She says, I still smudge. He's just not home. Awesome. That's funny. You guys are quiet tonight. For all those emails I got about, I have questions, I want to talk to you. 646-891-5252. Let's get going. Let's get those questions answered. I'd love to talk with you and connect with you. Find out what's going on. Hey, let me give you a shout out to the Angels Don't Lie group. And if you guys aren't a member of our Facebook group, come on over and join. We do some weekly updates. We sometimes do lives. We answer questions. And we're just a community of like-minded earth angels just hanging out together. So we'd love to have you.
I know the Angels Don't Lie group is growing.
It is, yeah. It's kind of like silently doing its thing, which I like. I like it. I like it a lot. There's some stuff going on over, I should say, at 346, which is where In Spirit is. Downstairs is we've talked about this, is Sue's business, which is this Salt of the Earth. She's having an event on August 19th. David Young is the name of the guy who's coming. And I believe he's having a concert and some artwork. And she's got some other people also that are going to be there. She also has this really amazing new woman there that's doing spray tan. But it's an all-natural, non-toxic spray tan. So it's organic. And she actually went to California to get trained. She did this whole session. So she's going to be at 346 doing these spray tans. So if you're interested, definitely look at Salt of the Earth and check that out, because I think that's really amazing stuff. And then Maria Elena, who is at In Spirit, she's got some great classes going on the website. Holy moly. She's got some yoga nidra and an aromatherapy classes. And there's several of those to choose from. You can come in and try that out. She also just has free aromatherapy classes, and she has another class up there, and I kind of forget what that is. But yeah, so she's got some amazing offerings going on as well. Oh, Pat! Hi, Pat. Pat's listening.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, Pat. I haven't talked to you in a while. I miss you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Pat.
What's going on with the Goddess University?
Goddess University is really coming along. That's kind of why I've been quiet on social media, because we have been jam-packed building the inside member part and there's so much content and so many different pages to build. And not tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to be filming. We're going to be doing some videos that are going to be going in there. They'll be the beginning of the instructional part of the site, which is going to be really cool. And we have our November 11th event coming up. I don't even want to talk about it. Fall. Today's like a fall day, though, right?
Yep.
But I love summer, guys. I love summer, so I don't want it to be fall. And it's not. It's still July, so it's not fall at all. So in November, we're having our next Soulful Saturday, and we have some great speakers already lined up. Holy moly. I have to say, Sue from Salt of the Earth, she is a spitfire. She gets it done. She has so many connections. I'm so grateful that we can work together to bring these events, to the community as a whole, and like bring healing modalities from all over the world. So we're looking at a faith healer, I believe. She's got some contact with, who is interested in maybe coming to our space. And that to me is amazing. Really, very, very cool. Cool beans.
What was the web address for the Goddess University again?
It's Goddess.
Right.
University. But it's you as YOUNIVERSITY. So it's a little play on that university word, as in university.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I couldn't remember if you had "the" in front of it.
It's not all complete. So if you're visiting it, what you're going to find is all the free resources, which are pretty much in play. We have those pretty well laid out. So you can click on and watch different videos or find other free content. And then you can get on the wait list. You can join the wait list. I believe that's hooked up completely. That brings you to the email list. So if you sign up for that, when we start to market and talk about when we're going to open it, you'll be on that information.
I know when I signed up, I did get a welcome email. So
you did. So you put your name on the Goddess. Yep. Perfect. So many of these little components to look at. Yeah. Thursday night, I also have my spiritual healers class, which is gaining many followers as well. Like, that's incredible. This is the third year I've taught it, and I already have people asking when is it going to be taught for next year. So I'm excited about that. And I'm even more excited about starting that Pure of Hearts class for the kids, because I want to be able to do that during the school year as well, and have that be kind of like the spiritual healers class for them. Obviously, it's not going to have the same content, but it's going to follow that pattern, of how to work in their alignment, how to meditate the right way, how to eat and kind of just be in their bodies. Because for most kids that have a gift, most all of them, they don't spend much time in their body. They spend a lot of time outward. So, I mean, a telltale sign of, your child maybe having this gift would be if they are really not doing well in school, or maybe they're not concentrating, or, maybe you've had them tested and nothing is really, complete, or maybe they're dyslexic and they just can't seem to pay attention. That is a really big sign of a kid that has a gift. And so I have some questions, a few main questions that the angels have shown me, kind of given me to use as the directory of, like, open them up and have them answer them. And then it brings kind of the parent into the picture, and they can say, oh my gosh, like, I had no idea. So that's why that first class, I invite the parents to stay and to witness. It's really very cool. I've had a couple private classes like that, and it's been life-changing for those kids and for the parents. So, what else? I mean, whew.
So, what's going on? How's the book going? I know that the one that's out is going strong, and you probably haven't had a lot of time to focus on your second book, but I know you have it, like,
yeah.
It's in the works.
Well, the second book is actually almost done.
Holy cow.
I know.
You really have been doing some work.
When I'm in that alignment, the channeling, like it just, you can't, like, it's not me. It's coming through me. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a really good shape. So I think I'm on what they're showing me might be the last chapter, but I'm feeling like there might be another one. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And then what I will do is I'll reread it. I'll go through, I'll add, I'll balance it, and then I'm going to have my friend Colleen read it. And so what she'll do is, with her knowledge of who I am, she'll be able to say, oh, here, let's add here, let's subtract there, because remember, I'm dyslexic. So a lot of times I do change that sentence to read how I am thinking, but it doesn't come out that way. It comes out a little backwards. So I'll have her go through it before I go to the editor this time. So I'm going to go in this kind of different direction. Last time I went all backwards. Yeah.
And your current book, it seems like there was a lot put into the graphics too.
Yes.
I mean, just as much as writing, there was just a lot of graphics, and it's so beautiful to go through just the graphics in your book.
So the interesting thing about the goddess you was it was a work of art. Like, it took time. It didn't all happen the way a normal book would happen. So it became a course first. It was written as a course and had no graphics. It was just on plain pieces of paper that I printed out. Then it became a little bit more. So then I wrote more. And so then I brought it to Carrie and I'm like, what do you think of this? She's like, well, let me fix it because it looks terrible. Because Carrie has that graphic. She's an artist, a fine artist, but she also has the graphic design. So she's like, let me lay this out so it looks nicer. So she was able to do that. And that's where the graphics started. And she took one look at it and she said, oh, the goddess, you. And she painted her. She's this, and that's like basically me, developing into my goddess self. It's like, not just one person, but all people, right? You become that strong, tree-like, rooted, calm being.
Right.
So she started to read through and see the different lessons. And at first it wasn't even broken into lessons. It was just, they were 1 through 12, but it wasn't really like broken into anything. It was just like 1 through 12. I can't even like describe that. So then it just started to evolve, and she started to add more stuff to it as I added more stuff. So it was a combination of us working together. So I just had that conversation with her the other day. I said, now we're going to move in a different direction with this book. I'll have Colleen look at it, and then before it goes to the editor, I'll send you a copy so you can start thinking about if you want to add any graphics. Like, I know her, so I know she's
right,
going to, because I know what she's going to do, and we'll let it take its course that way. So that way, when it's at the editor, she'll be able to do whatever she wants art-wise, and then we'll get the finished piece back, and then it can be laid out, rather than the whole backwards routine that we did last time.
Gotcha. Nice.
Yeah. You live and you learn.
Do you have you probably don't even have a potential date, because you just kind of...
You can't even do that, right? Because first off, I'm not done. I have to be done when Spirit says I'm done. That's number one. And I try not to go too far ahead. I stay in that moment. I used to go so far in ahead, and that's where I would get messed up. So I stay in the moment, and I just set the intention, like, well, what will you have me do today, God? Today, do you want me to write? Today, do you want me to work on Goddess University? Today is all about clients. So whatever that day is about, I stay there. And it makes it a little bit easier. So I definitely think that's a cool new way for me to work. But I accomplish so much more that way.
Right.
Yeah. So no outcome of like date or, but because once you send it to the editor, that can take time too.
Gotcha.
Right. And then, you have to do your whole book proposal and query letters and, think about maybe a literary, you think about all these things, literary agents, and write your letters if you want somebody to write your for. There's a lot to it. It's not just a simple.
Well, your book, they can go to geniestreet.com and Inhale.
No.
What's the best place to go get your book?
The best place is on geniestreet.com, which will bring you to either Barnes & Noble or Amazon. And or you can come right to the studio. You can email me and let me know you want a copy. I can ship you a copy as well, and I can autograph it. That's a lovely way to do it. So I do have books in the studio. I think I only have like 2 journals left. So if you want a journal, that might be a little bit on back order because I have to put that order in. But yes, I'm happy. I'm so happy to be able to write a little personal note for you inside a book if you'd like that.
Great.
Yep, and I can do that. I can just, invoice you for that book cost. It's no big deal. Yep. Easy schmeezy polka dot bikini.
Did you see the magnet I picked up?
Which one? I see
Schmigo.
I see Schmigo over there.
I picked that up. Where was it? It was laying. Oh, at Harrybrook.
Oh, okay.
It was just laying there, and so I thought, well, I guess it was meant for me.
Yeah, KJ was really so excited. She's like, I got Schmigo in the house. Brian has one at work now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's getting pretty popular.
Are those magnets available?
No, the magnets and the prints are giveaways. And
Okay.
actually, those are going to be kind of giveaways when we do Goddess University.
Nice.
Yes. Yep. And those will be mailed right to the people's house, like little. You're not even supposed to know about this, but now you guys know. Now you know. You know my
The secret's out.
secret's out. No secrets. Yeah, these are the 2 things that'll keep you on track. Yeah, keep you nice and focused. And what else do we have? We have a shop on In Spirit Healing Studio as well. And on the shopping cart, you can purchase like one of the bracelets that I make. And the bracelets they're pretty incredible. They work with your chakras to help you stay balanced and open. And they're really, really, really beautiful. The beads are all very high vibrational and hand chosen. Some of them are new and some of them are refurbished. We took some antique beads and kind of mixed them in. So each one is very unique. No 2 are alike. So my daughter, I kind of lay them out with her. She strings them, and they each go for a specific chakra. So I've had people like, how do you choose one? I've had this question before, a couple of, I've had this gal who was a client, contact me. She's like, all right, this is what I'm thinking, but, I'm not sure what you think I need. So I was able to, ask the angels, what's going on in her life. And we had a quick conversation, and then immediately I knew they were showing me what she needed. I took a picture, I sent it to her. She's like, oh, that's exactly it. And so she was like, it was like so nice and so lovely. Just with a quick, 10-minute conversation on the phone, we were able to get her bracelet. She didn't even have to come in, and I could ship it to her. So sometimes shopping online can get you stuck. You're not really sure. You don't see it, feel it. But then I can add that little personal touch if you call, and we kind of go back and forth and check in with the angels on, what's going on, what would work with you. Yeah. So if you guys, I'll offer you a little special. This will be fun, right? A little Angel Don't Lie special. If you would like to purchase one of the chakra bracelets that we have in stock, they are $111, and I will give you a discount. I'm sorry, I'm writing down what the angels are showing me. I will do it for $90. So that's a really decent discount. If you would like to do that, all you need to do is send me a message, and we'll talk. We'll set up a time to have a quick conversation, and we'll get you a bracelet that is perfectly identical to your energy and what you have going on in your life. Beautiful. And there's the feathers on them are sterling silver, and the symbolic of the feather isn't just about angels don't lie. The symbolic about the feather is about being with the Holy Spirit. It's about being in love. It's a reminder that that's what love is. And our chakras are our connection to love. Our chakras are the filter where love can enter. So when they're nice and open and balanced, we can move in that alignment. But when we get really heavy, we get worn down, when we don't clear, when we overindulge, those energy centers get blocked. Then we can't concentrate. Then we can't do what we need to do, like journal. So when you are trying to journal, I would grab a crystal. I would grab, like an amethyst and keep it near you so you can open yourself up and kind of balance that overthinking you have going on.
Okay.
I know you're not going to buy a bracelet, but, if I was going to if I was going to choose one for you, it would have amethyst in it. It would have that purple.
Okay.
So you would have that ability to be a little more expansive because you kind of do this closed in. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Brian, don't even look at me. I won't even tell you what color you would need. Oh my gosh.
I was just thinking the way that he looked in my eyes that one day when we were doing that little thing, that I think he would look good in a bracelet.
Oh my God. Hey, let me give a shout out to Kathy. How are you, Kathy? And to Patty and Kathy and to Rachel and Gina, Lisa. Trying to think who else I want to say hi to, and I'm sorry.
Trish is probably listening.
Oh yeah, Trish. Hey. I'm losing my mind over here. We had a couple girls just join today too. Join the group. Say hello to them. I said Rachel already. Hey Rachel. Yeah. What else? I think I got everything. I think I got everybody that I can think off at the top of my head. And yeah, woohoo! So we've talked about so much tonight. We talked about clearing. We talked about balancing. We talked about overindulging. We talked about the Holy Spirit, which that takes it all right there. We talked about the different events going on. Remember that if you want to join us in the studio for a live reading, we would love to have you be a part of that studio audience. And that's August 12th at 2 p.m. in Woodbury, Connecticut. So if you're local, you can definitely come. If you're going to be traveling, let us know. We'll tell you where there's a local place that you can stay. And we would love to have you. Oh, and a shout out to Sam, KJ says. And, and I heard that Billy had not been feeling well. So, Billy, we're thinking about you, hoping you're feeling better. And again, thank you guys for having us at Harrybrook Park, Valerie and Billy. I mean, we had such a good time, and it was a great turnout. And yeah, woo. Well, I think we're gonna wrap the show up now. I think that's what we're gonna do. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to coming to you live next week, right here on KBJB Radio. Remember, I know what I know, because angels don't lie. I am out of here. Have a blessing night.